Good morning. Nice crowd here. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Congregation of Venice, known as UCOV. My name is Eileen Leapley, and I'm honored to be your worship associate for this morning's service. Spiritual leader Sri Chinmoy reminds us that religion is a path to God. Spirituality is also a path to God. However, they have differences in approach. At UCOV, our approach is to center love and welcome, and to try to journey together in ways that affirm and support one another. You are welcome here, no matter who you are, as long as you are willing to join in this community of support and caring. We are so pleased that you have chosen to worship with us this morning. If anyone is here for the first time and feels comfortable doing so, our friend Jean will pass a microphone around. If you'd like to stand up, introduce yourself and tell us where you're from originally. Oh, there's someone who's not shy.
I'm Bonnie Addison, and I live in Englewood, if anybody else does and would like to carpool. In a past life, I was a high school teacher, English and Spanish, and then a media specialist, which is a librarian with computers and LCD projectors. So anyway, I just have always wanted to attend a UU church, and so I'm so happy to have one close enough that I can come now. And you are my people, and I have a lot to say, but I'll save it for later.
Whoa!
Thank you, Bonnie.
Welcome, Bonnie. Anyone else? Oh, a couple.
Hi, I'm Al Covington. I'm from Peoria, Illinois, originally. I lived down the street at Magnolia Park, and I was a banker for 50 years, so.
Ooh.
Nice to have you.
Welcome. Any others?
In
There's
this
a
row?
hand.
Anyone over here?
Hi. Actually, I'm not new here. This is my third time here. I live in Englewood. Go Englewood. I've been a UU since 2016.
Oh,
And I was attending elsewhere. And I just resigned as choir director there in September, and I need a new place. So I am here to continue my journey and bloom. I'm sorry, my name is Janet Morrill, and I love you, Rev Amy.
thank you, Janet.
Anyone else?
Oh, there we go.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Roggenberg, and I was a member of this church years ago, and then I moved out to Seattle, and so I've just moved back, and I'm really glad to be here. And I'm also wanting to promote a book by Timothy Snyder called On Tyranny, and thinking that it's almost required reading for everybody who's trying to keep our country. So anyway, glad to see you all. I live down in Welland Park now, which is fun, and in the Playmore district. And so I hope that suits me. And so anyway, I'm glad to be here and hope
Welcome
to
back.
get to know all of you. Thank you. And I'll be at the Thanksgiving potluck too.
Oh, wonderful.
So somebody going to put me out of my misery, or do I keep talking? Tell you about my childhood.
Anybody else want to stand up and tell us who you are and where you're from? That's it. All right. Well, thank you for being courageous. And if any of our people have just returned from the north and would like us to welcome you back, you can stand up and we'll give you hugs later. No more new ones, huh? Oh, Ellen and Dennis. Yay! And I hope Rusty came with you. Oh, good. Anybody else? Oh, we're pointing at somebody. Hi. Oh, welcome back. Thank you. They love to do the welcome table, so I have a feeling we might see them there in a few months, weeks or months. All right, so we know that this is getting to be season time, and I have a few announcements. I'm going to try to make them brief, but they're very important. Reverend Amy's Bumbling Through the Bible class is held on Tuesdays from 1 to 2 p.m. here in the sanctuary. It's a drop-in, drop-out class. You don't have to attend every one, but you might want to because they're all very interesting. This is exciting. Our UCOV holiday party is going to be held Sunday, December 15th at the Bird Bay Clubhouse, courtesy of Donna Dewitt. Woo. It'll run from 5 to 8 p.m., and the price of admission is one hearty appetizer to share. If you don't cook, no worries, you can bring something from the store.
Everybody's welcome. You don't have to be a member.
Yeah, oh, bring a friend. Anybody can come. It's going to be a lovely time. It's a nice big room. There is a clipboard on the sign-up table out on the lanai. We'd like you to sign up so we have an idea of how many people to set tables for. This year, tableware is going to be provided, which is kind of different from what we used to do. We guarantee this will be a very fun evening. Yeah, we're going to have some music, which will be very exciting, and also lots of time for talking and eating. Even more exciting news, the UCOV annual auction is scheduled for January 24th, 2025, starting at 4:30. This year's theme is Raise the Roof. Please put this on your calendar. Pick up a form on the lanai on a service, event, a lunch, a dinner, a boat ride, a hobby, anything that you might offer to others to be auctioned off. If you need ideas for a donation, please see Janet Knudsen or Mo Morrison. Our auctions have always been wildly successful. Stay tuned for more information in the coming month. Remember, unless we have great donations, it won't be so widely successful, so think about it. And also, make sure you watch the slideshow on the screens, because there's important events and programs that you will learn about if you read those. Another important announcement, Pathways will meet this morning in Waters Hall directly after the service. If you did not sign up, but are interested in finding out more about UCOV and about Unitarian Universalism, you are more than welcome to join the group in Waters Hall right after the service. There's going to be lots of yummy food, too, so that's a good reason to go. John Van Camp's social justice team is also meeting right after the service. If you're not sure which one you should go to, we suggest going to Pathways because John will be having more of these meetings regularly. But John, you want to stand up? So if anybody has questions about the meeting, there's our social justice guru, John Van Camp. It's on the bulletin, and it might be on there. Okay, thank you to our own Tom Reeves for washing the windows of the sanctuary. can actually see through the windows at our beautiful pond and fountain. Thank you, Tom. We are forever indebted to you. Let's see, two more. The Venice Area Historical Society meeting is on your little bulletin there, but Barb Smith wanted to make sure you knew who was going to be speaking. It'll be this Tuesday, 7 p.m. here in the sanctuary, and Bob Horn will be speaking about his train restoration project, which is very dear to his heart and to all the hearts in Venice. So attend that. Finally, Roxy Platt's Potluck Thanksgiving will still has a few openings. So if you would like to attend Roxy's Thanksgiving potluck at her home, see Roxy after the service and stand up briefly. She'll tell you all about it. Okay? I think that might.
I got one quick one.
Oh, Jean has one?
Hi, I just wanted to acknowledge the beautiful roses on the pulpit this morning. They did not get into the bulletin to be acknowledged, but I wanted you to know they're from Marcia Zurich, and her daughter Aspen is here with her today as well. Thank you for the beautiful roses, and the flowers on the refreshment table are also from Marcia.
I'm sorry, I don't see it on the bulletin, but the Arts and Crafts Group is going to meet Friday at 1 in Waters Hall. We're going to discuss where we want to go from here. Do we want to continue? Whatever. So come at 1 o'clock if you're interested in arts and crafts.
And one quick final announcement. We tallied up the voting. Out of 176 registered voters in our congregation, all but 6 people voted. We did pretty darn good, so we're going to be reaching out to the other congregations we were competing with. I'll be reaching out this week. Let's see if we did better. And just a push for Pathway. Please, no more announcements. We're cutting it off. It's going too long. Just a push for Pathways. If you're considering membership, please, please come on over today for Pathways.
Thank you. Lots of stuff going on at UConn. We are now entering into sacred space, so please silence all your electronics. We light this flame, and we know that we together are the vessel for the sacred fire.
Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is lovely to see you all here. I'm Reverend Amy. You know, religious congregations are considered to be a third place, and that's somewhere that's not home and not work. You go there to be a part of something, and when you're there, you're welcome. And boy, do we need welcome right now. It's always necessary, but right at this minute when so many of us, we're swimming in pain and grief and uncertainty and the heaviness of the world, right now, welcome means everything. We need to be where our people are, where our heartbreak and our anger are safe, where our joy can be shared. Welcome in, welcome home, welcome to your people. Come and let us worship here together. UCOV is a welcoming, caring community, and we're open to anyone who respectfully enters this place. We encourage spiritual growth, we seek meaning, we pursue justice, and we do that together. So I ask you now, look on the back of your sheet. Those are the words of our covenant. That's a promise of how we will be with one another. And that's not imposed on us. That's something we together have decided. So help me in reading together the words of that covenant. In a climate of joy, goodwill, and trust, this congregation covenants to trust one another with kindness and respect, to listen with openness and acceptance, to support and protect the environment of which we are all a part, to solve problems responsibly as we grow and change, to encourage learning and nurture the growth of diverse human spirits, and to dedicate time, talent, and resources in an effort to make a difference in local and world communities. In the spirit of our free religious heritage, we promise these to one another. Thank you all. Please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our opening hymn, number 29, Joyful, Joyful, We Adore Thee. This is an old one. This is our time of offering, and as always, the words are given with levity because giving shouldn't hurt. A small town in Florida had 3 churches and a Buddhist temple. It was a chilly fall, and all 4 buildings were plagued by squirrels looking for a nice place to spend the winter. The Buddhists tried living in harmony with the squirrels and soon were being overrun. The Quaker meeting tried trapping them humanely and taking them to the woods nearby, but the furry pest quickly returned. The Presbyterians decided it was predestined that the squirrels would be there and resolved to tolerate them running everywhere. The Unitarian Universalists, however, solved the problem rather quickly. They invited them into worship, declared it was pledge season, and passed out the offering baskets. They haven't seen a squirrel since. Now don't be squirrely, we're about to pass the baskets. The morning offering will now be given and gratefully received. Thank you so much, not just for these gifts, but for everything you do for the life and the work of this community. I remind us every week that we are a community of human hands and human hearts, and we come together here to bear witness and to minister one another as we struggle with life's sorrows and we celebrate life's joys. Before or during the service, you're always welcome to come up and light a candle yourself on the candle table during joys and concerns we light for you. At this time of sharing, you can raise a hand and someone will bring you a microphone. Please keep your speaking brief so that everyone who wants to share will have time. So if you have something you want to share, please raise a hand.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Rachel Stevenson. My sister passed away this past Wednesday. She lived here, and she lived in Northport, and it's just a blessing to be with you all. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Ruth Reinhardt, and Rachel and I came down from Denver, and both of us were UUs from long, long, long ago, and we're very grateful to be here this morning.
Hello, I'm Judith Parker. I have a sorrow. Elaine Carlson's daughter, Mary, told me that the reason Elaine did not have a memorial service is that she didn't think anyone would remember her. And that just breaks my heart. And it makes me think that we need to do better for our members that can no longer attend services.
Good morning, I'm Jean. 2 quick announcements. I work at Treasure's thrift-resale store, and I do shoes. And on Sunday, a lady came in looking for lightweight, sort of comfortable walking shoes because she tried a more sturdy brand, and she said they didn't feel right. And she was buying shoes, going on a mission to Guatemala to build cooking stoves out of concrete bricks and iron tops to cook on, to save the amount of wood that they have to scavenge because they spend hours doing that, the children as well. And the second announcement is I'm on the refreshments committee. We have upped our game for you folks. There is fresh baked banana bread by Eileen, and she didn't stint. It has chocolate chips in it. And we really want you to feel welcome after the service to join us on the lanai, and we can have a chance to know you better.
That's a great joy. I like that one.
Good morning. I'm Kim McHugh, and I'm going to talk about the animals in our life. My son-in-law's 16-year-old dog passed away yesterday, and my heart goes out to him and my daughter. And I know a lot of us have animals and pets. When my husband Matthew met me, I had 2 rescue horses, 5 cats, and 2 dogs. We're down to 2 cats. So anyway, I love the animals. I know you all do too, and I wanted to appreciate them today.
I'm Jackie Whitus. My favorite brother-in-law passed away 2 weeks ago. So last weekend, we were in Carbondale, Illinois for his funeral. And on Sunday, we attended the Unitarian Church in Carbondale. And they had maybe 50 people show up. And someone had to come from as far away as Paducah, Kentucky, 50 miles to meet some like-minded folks in the Unitarian Church. So I'm very grateful for this church that it's only 6 minutes away.
Excuse me, I'm over here at the audio booth. I'm Eddie. I just want to put a sorrow in for Fred, who just got news that he has cancer again that he thought he beat last year. So he's got to go back through another round of chemo. And his wife is actually 4 weeks away from having their second child. So let's all keep them in our prayers. Thank you.
Testing. Yes, hi. I'm Roger Rowell, and this is Beverly. Our little beagle came down with a problem, and we worked our way through some fabulous vets. It turned out to be a manageable situation, but here's a shout out and a candle for the vets who are out there and do the good work that they do, and sponge up all those excess funds that we have.
Since we're on an animal theme, the Hebert Robinson household has a new addition, a 10-week-old puppy who just may be the spawn of Satan, so candle, please.
May the love of this community hold all who need love and concern, and may the light of our community shine on the broken places of the world. May we never look away when we're needed. May those who are grieving be comforted, and those who are tired find rest. May the broken places be healed, and may those who are filled with joy and laughter be abundant.
Thank you, Jan, Simon, and the fabulous UCOV choir. Our first reading is from What Religion Means to Me by Eleanor Roosevelt. Most of us who are in our 40s and 50s today can look back to a childhood where religion and religious instruction were part of our everyday life. But we have come so far away from those days that in writing this article, I even feel that I must begin by defining what I mean by religion. To me, religion has nothing to do with any specific creed or dogma. It means that belief and that faith in the heart of a man, which makes him try to live his life according to the highest standard which he is able to visualize. To those of us who were brought up as Christians, that standard is the life of Christ, and it matters very little whether our creed is Catholic or Protestant. To those of us who happen to have been born and brought up under other skies or in other creeds, the object to be attained goes by some other name. But in all cases, the thing which counts is the striving of the human soul to achieve spiritually the best that it is capable of and to care unselfishly, not only for personal good, but for the good of all those who toil with them upon the earth. The fundamental, the vital thing which must be alive in each human consciousness is the religious teaching that we cannot live for ourselves alone, and that as long as we are here on this earth, we are all of us brothers, regardless of race, creed, or color. We must honestly try to put into practice some of the things which have always been considered too visionary to be actually tried in everyday life. We cannot give lip service alone to religion today. Our words for meditation today come from a blog post from Reverend Forrest Church, author of Love and Death, My Journey Through the Valley of the Shadow. He writes, "Death is central to my definition of religion. Religion is our human response to the dual reality of being alive and having to die. We are not the animal with advanced knowledge or tools as much as we are the religious animal. Knowing that we must die, we question what life means. The answers we arrive at may not be religious answers, but the questions death forces us to ask are, at heart, religious questions. Where did I come from? Who am I? Where am I going? What is life's purpose? What does all this mean?" Please join me in 1 minute of silent thought, meditation, or prayer. Our second reading is from Why People Quit Religion and How They Find Meaning Again by Daryl R. Van Tongeren for Greater Good magazine. The reasons why people leave religion are deeply personal, but research I've collaborated on suggests that there are at least 4 primary motivations. First, some people leave because of cultural stagnation. They're getting more ideologically progressive, but their religious organizations are not. Often, people report intellectual reasons for leaving religion, or mention they simply outgrew their faith. Other times, respondents indicate that they cannot endorse the values of their previous religious organization, including their views on LGBTQ+ individuals, stances on gender or sexuality, or pervasive sexism and racism. Second, some people leave because of religious or spiritual trauma or abuse. Some people have experienced this abuse firsthand, whereas others have witnessed people they love experience trauma. Still others have left organized religion because of abuses perpetrated at an institutional level, for example, by Catholic priests. For many, walking away is a bold act of courage. Third, some walk away from their faith because of suffering. Many have been given theologically thin accounts for the existence of evil in the world, or insufficient explanation for why adversity strikes. They cannot make sense of what they were taught and their life experiences, especially if their previous beliefs were framed in a just world belief system, which teaches that people get what they deserve. After all, if life is fair, if something bad happens to me, does that mean I'm bad and I deserved it? Simplistic views of suffering can lead people to leave religion. Fourth, some people no longer identify as religious because they find the label problematic. And while there may be additional reasons why people leave, all of these reasons share a common underlying feature. They involve cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance is the disorienting feeling when our beliefs don't line up with other beliefs or our actions. For many, what they believed could no longer fit with their experiences of the world. Although some are able to fit these discrepant beliefs into existing belief structures, many will change their beliefs altogether. Please rise in body or spirit and join in singing hymn number 26 in the gray hymnal, Holy, Holy, Holy.
Holy,
As Unitarian Universalists, we don't often get asked, shall we gather at the river? We don't do altar calls. We don't ask you to come forward and pledge to something. But what we do ask is, shall we gather together here in community? Will you be a part of something that is bigger than you alone? And you're here, so obviously the answer is at least, well, I'll consider it. Years ago, Holly Near wrote, I ain't afraid of your Yahweh. I ain't afraid of your Allah. I ain't afraid of your Jesus. I am afraid of what you do in the name of your God. First time I heard that, it was like a punch in the throat. Mahatma Gandhi said it more bluntly, I like your Christ, I do not like your Christians. They are so unlike your Christ. Another kick right in the throat. Organized religion has taken a tremendous hit since the 50s. And while 74% of Americans say they believe in some kind of God or higher power, that's dropped from 92% just 10 years ago. 3 in 10 adults attend religious services routinely. And the number's only that high because we're including the Mormons, and I'm not kidding. If you remove the Mormons from that equation, it drops down to a little over 2 out of 10. Why aren't people coming to church? Our second reading today had some reasons, but overwhelmingly, people seem to have that cognitive dissonance. So many religious organizations are more concerned with money and power, too focused on rules, too involved in politics. And in the current climate, it's easy to see why organized religion gets a bad name. It has been weaponized. When I hear the stories of ministers who spew hatred from the pulpit, I get sick. One who talked about seeing a little boy in fingernail polish and felt like they ought to break his fingers. He said that from the pulpit. During the flood a few years ago and the hurricane, Joel Osteen refused to open the doors of his church for the homeless and those who had been displaced until the shame got so bad that he finally did it days later. When I hear those stories, I'm afraid of what we do in the name of a God. But those people and those churches and those incidents, they are not religion. They're people making stupid, evil mistakes. Religion itself is important, and it's important because unlike spirituality, religion is about relationship. And I want to unpack that just a little bit because I'm sure that everybody in this room at some point or another has heard somebody say, I am spiritual but not religious, right? And what they mean is, I'm sick of getting up on Sunday to go listen to a bunch of stuff I don't agree with people I don't like very much. I wouldn't like that kind of religion either. But spirituality is personal. Nobody, and I mean nobody, not Wikipedia, not the dictionary, nobody can come up with a solid and exact definition for spirituality. The best we can do is to recognize it as a process of personal transformation that's based on a set of religious ideals. That's very circular for me. So here's my definition. Your spirituality is your journey, your personal journey. It's what you believe to be true. It is your beliefs about what makes up the most highly evolved version of humanity and how you see yourself approximating that. So for a Christian, maybe that's Jesus Christ. For a Buddhist, it might be the Buddha. For a Muslim, Muhammad. For an atheist or a humanist, it's someone who is at peace with the natural world and causing no damage. Your spirituality is influenced and it's shaped and it's changed by the world around you, by the things you read and the people you meet, even by religion. You may have a similar spirituality to your best friend, your husband, your wife, your kids, but it will not be identical. Because spirituality is belief, not practice. Having beliefs about the ultimate nature of reality, which are non-destructive and help us to make positive change in our life, that's a wonderful thing. But the world is changing faster than we can keep up. And spirituality alone is not enough, not anymore. Maybe it never was enough. Kelly Peterson Cruz writes, the Reverend Lillian Daniel has explored this topic, not religious is not enough. And in her writing, she discusses her exasperation with people who feel compelled to tell her in dreaded conversations, mostly on airplanes, once they find out that she is a minister, their explanation of why they are spiritual but not religious, predictable shares of, I find God in sunsets or in walks in nature. And her point is, well, who doesn't? Have you met somebody ever in your life that says, God, I just hate sunsets? Nature, let's pave it all over. Most people feel uplifted by beauty. Not everybody, but most people. And Reverend Daniel says, there's nothing challenging about having deep thoughts about one's self. Ooh, that's a kick in the pants. There's nothing challenging about having deep thoughts about oneself. What is interesting is doing this work in community, where other people might call you on your stuff or, heaven forbid, disagree with you. And I love that. Religion is a specific kind of community event. It's a continuum of experience, an immersive community, where the Amish are on one end, where it is total immersion and very similar spirituality. Severely Orthodox Jews are probably on that same end. And we are perhaps at this end in terms of differing spiritualities and differing practices. But it's all forms of religion. Any religion is a set of spiritual beliefs or practices that are based on spirituality. And it helps us to live based on where we believe we as humans fall on a scale from meaningless to divine. So you go to church or temple or congregation or synagogue, and you pick one where the spiritualities of the various people, or if the faith defines a creed, where the spirituality of the greater creed matches your own, or is close-ish. I've met Unitarians. Close-ish is good. But where you can feel compelled to do more, to be more yourself, to be the best version of yourself. Your religious group calls you to live your life according to the values that you say you have, And they're all there to help hold you accountable in good ways. No one is an island. When we come together, we start to learn about how to live our faith, how to live our beliefs in a real world where real people get hurt. We start to see how our beliefs, our spiritualities, how they impact other people. Religion can help us to explore diversity. It lets us find out what fosters peace and compassion rather than division and conflict. How we approach religion is a micro view of how we approach the world. Is everyone welcome? Or is it a closed table where only certain people can be there? Do we mentor and support one another as we search for our own spirituality? Or do we tell people what their spirituality is supposed to be? Do we grant one another grace, or do we place blame? Is there a persistent sense that we are all in this together, and together we are going to make it? It's hard in America today because we are disconnected. So many of us don't live near our families. When we worked, we didn't work in our own town. We commuted for 19 minutes in one direction. I know for many of you, when you grew up, if you lived in a smaller town, the teacher might live up the street from you, and the doctor lived 2 streets over, and the dentist was right over here. You knew their kids, you knew their grandkids. You went to the grocery store together. It was a community. That doesn't happen often anymore in any but the smallest towns. We spend chunks of our life on the internet, and if we don't, our grandkids do. TikTok has replaced conversation. We don't go hug a family member, we FaceTime them, right? How many of you have FaceTimed, video called, or Zoomed in the last, say, 3 months with your family? Yeah. Disconnection. Every human needs to be able to go, physically go somewhere. That when you get there, the people are glad to see you and give you a hug and welcome you in. Or if you don't like being touched, they understand that too. And you're still welcome. In the words of Cheers, everybody needs to go where somebody knows your name. It's why we wear our name badges, because we care what your name is. In a world where our communities are limited to one interest or one skill, where you join the art club or the pickleball group, the history society, you need a place where you can bring your whole self and your problems and your joy and your concerns. Because spirituality without religion is fairly easy. Everybody comes pre-equipped with their own beliefs. But even for the happy-go-luckiest of us, there's more. And religion can help us find that meaning. When we come together like this, we become players in a bigger story. Beacons of light for one another in ways that challenge and mold us, lead us to grow. Spirituality cannot be shared by its very nature. When you share it, if that other person resonates with it and you begin to do things together based on that sharing, it is now religion. Spiritual but not religious has become a cliche. I dare you to always be bigger than that. To believe the truths of your heart as your spiritual position. Who am I to tell you what you should believe? But it is in sharing that we become greater. It is in sharing that we become more human. And religion is the ultimate place to bring that sharing. Shall we gather at the river? No, probably not. But shall we gather here? Absolutely. And I'm so, so glad you are here. Amen. May we carry this flame in our hearts to light our way as we create a community of sacred relationship. Please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our closing hymn this week, number 30, Over My Head, verses 1, 2, and 4. Take the religion of your hearts into the world and be blessed as you live your truth in sacred community. Peace, Ashe, and may it be so.